You probably wouldn't even believe me if I told you that you can influence your neck pain, your back pain, or any kind of pain on your spine with the use of your eyes, believe it or not. And today in this video, I'm actually going to show you the power of optokinetics. And it looks like that. Let's take a look. All right, guys, we're going to be looking at this little vision skill that your eyes do without even you knowing about it. Optokinetics means that you actually experience this every day in your life. For example, let's say you're in the car and you're a passenger and you're looking out to the right and you see the world moving to the right. What your eyes are doing, your eyes are tracking stuff to the right, then jumping to a new target to your left. Tracking to the right, jumping to the left. Conversely, the other thing happens on your left side. You're watching things going to your left, then your eyes jump back to the right. When your eyes do a visual track, that's called a smooth pursuit. When your eyes jump, that's called a saccade. So your eyes do a smooth pursuit to the left, saccade right, smooth pursuit left, saccade right. You also experience this when you're scrolling through Instagram. As you're scrolling upwards, your eyes are doing a smooth pursuit up, saccade back down. This is where it's most important. If I were to have my eyes open, I'm bending forward, but the world is moving upward. So now, if I scroll upward, I'm telling my brain, hey, I'm bending forward. So a lot of scrolling can actually cause your head to be a little down like this. And that's why we have our heads down like this all the freaking time. When it comes to optokinetics that you're going to be seeing soon, if I were to spin to my left, as I spin to my left, the world is moving to the right. So I'm going to pop up some lines over here, just like this one. Lines moving to the right. This is now telling my brain, hey, I'm spinning left. Conversely, if I were to flip that, for example, this way, lines now moving to the left. So what we're going to do now is we're going to assess an athlete of mine with some cervical rotations, see how that feels, as well as balance, because your vision controls your balance as well as your vestibular system. Optokinetics now, when I see lines like this, which you probably won't be able to see this in this view, this is why I have this stuff in my mentorship program showing this in great detail. I would normally have my athletes stand in front of this screen and I just tell my athletes stare at the screen. What I should be seeing is my athletes' eyes should be kind of shaking. What essentially is going, they're tracking a line, jumping to the other side, tracking a line, jumping to the other side. But it's happening so fast because of this speed. This is optokinetics. What we're going to focus on mainly today is more rotational stuff, and I'm also going to check balance. So I'm going to call out an athlete of mine right now so we can do some testing, have her watch this, and then I'm going to add one more thing to the mix to this specific optokinetic strip, where there's going to be to the left or to the right, to see if I can make things a lot better. All right, let's take a look. All right, so now let's call out my athlete. We're going to call out Laura so she can demonstrate some balance work and some head movements. What's up? All right, so now let's check out first Laura's balance. So I'm going to have her with feet together. This is called a Romberg's test. So feet together, narrow stance. And what I'm going to check first is eyes open. She's looking straight ahead, looking at her balance, see if there's any kind of swaying. So far, it looks pretty okay. And let's see now with eyes closed. And I'm going to have her stay there for about 5 more seconds. There. So now, you can spread feet out for this one. So when I assess people's balance, I don't just assess it only for 5 seconds. I leave it there for about 15 to 20 seconds because I'm also checking out endurance. Notice that with Laura, she felt pretty stable, looked pretty stable with eyes closed for about 5 seconds to 8 seconds. But as time went on, you start seeing her fall to her left. Now, if Laura had her eyes open, our vision is telling our brain, I can see the floor, I can see the walls. It's giving you a good map of your surroundings, so you feel quite stable by the visual input. The moment you close your eyes now your inner ears are telling your brain, hey, the floor feels like this. And now she's falling left. So there's a sensory mismatch going into Laura's brain. Her vision's pretty okay. The vestibular system, not too good. Her vestibular system thinks she's falling left. It's the same thing now is if I'm here and I had my eyes open, if I fall to my left, the world is moving to the right, which means theoretically so far, if I'm going to give Laura optokinetics, those lines of strips would have to go to her right. So I can give the illusion that she's falling to the left, but if I have her stable looking at a screen, it's telling her brain she's falling left, but I'm having her stable. So I'm going to see now if I just put on optokinetics for her to just watch for about 20 seconds. And then we're going to reassess everything again. What we're going to reassess now is also her cervical spine. Let's take a look at that one. Okay, now that we assessed her balance, now let's check her neck as well. So let's check cervical rotation. Let's see to the right. Let's see to the left. To me, it looks a little tighter going to your left. So far, it's telling me that she has an issue mostly with leftward rotation. So now, let's take a look at optokinetics while she's staring at the screen, and then we're going to retest, see how that feels. Let's give it a go. All right, now, so we have a giant TV because the reason why I want to have a TV is because when we're doing optokinetics, we want to have the most visual field as possible of that specific stimulus. I don't want any background distractions. I want her entire visual field to be these lines. Now again, Laura fell to her left. So that theoretically means I'm going to put the optokinetic strips going to her right. Now, these lines that I have here, they're not slow, they're quite fast. It kind of mimics her driving because Laura does have some issues with motion sickness. And I'm not going to ask her to follow a line. All I'm going to tell her is just to stare at the screen. So what I'm going to ask now for Laura is to close her eyes 5 seconds, open her eyes 5 seconds. Close eyes, open eyes. So I can constantly keep boosting up her vestibular system because it's a very short window that we can achieve that. I want you to have your eyes closed and open. Close. Open. Close. Rest. Okay. So that now was about 20 to 30 seconds. And what I was looking for, I was looking at her eyes. The moment she opened up her eyes, I can see her eyes just flickering. That is what I need to look at. It's called the optokinetic nystagmus. So I saw this little nystagmus, which is just perfect of what I wanted to see. Now, we're going to retest her cervical range of motion and her balance to see if that made a change. All right, so now that we just did plain optokinetics to the right, let's see what that did to her cervical spine. Let's see rotations. That feel a little bit different? Yeah. I did see a lot more range of motion going into her left, which is exactly what I need to see. Why to the left? She is spinning her head left, which means the world is moving to the right. So if I have a limitation, I might put optokinetic strips tricking her brain saying, hey, you know that you're turning your head left, even though you're keeping it straight? So it's stimulating her brain to promote more rotation to that left, right? So that's a cervical spine. Let's take a look at her balance now. Okay, now that we did the horizontal optokinetics to her right, we saw that her neck improved range of motion. Now, let's see what happened with her balance. Eyes closed, looking at the endurance. So far, that is better. And yeah, some leaning to the left. Let's do a little bit of perturbations. Eyes closed. Ready? Here we go. Whoop. Yeah, it is better, but not fully better the way that I want to. And she's not solid, right? But she did get some more balance, right? There was a little bit of less swaying from what you saw, right? But not enough. Now I'm gonna take it up a notch. I'm gonna put Optokinetics and put it on steroids. Let's take a look at this next one that I'm gonna have for you guys. Let's give it a shot. So now, like I mentioned, I'm gonna put now Optokinetics to the right, but on steroids. So now you guys are gonna see this. Now I added this this green ball. It does a smooth pursuit to the right, and it does a saccade left. So now I'm just enhancing the background, which is the Optokinetics. So now I'm visually having her do a right smooth pursuit and saccading left. So now if my eyes do a smooth pursuit to the right, that's a right brain. If they saccade to the right, that's left brain. So that is why I'm giving her a lot of right-sided brain stimulus, because her left inner ear, her vestibular system, works with the opposite hemisphere of the brain. So I need to stimulate that right brain, because that right brain is responsible for entire left side to stabilize. All of what you're seeing now is to favor Laura's ability not to fall to her left. I want that right brain to tell this left vestibular system, hey, yo, go back to the middle. Stay there. So that's why I'm just stimulating her right brain a little bit more by adding this little green ball at the same time. So I'm gonna have Laura come up here again. And all I'm gonna tell now Laura is to follow the green ball. That's it. She's gonna have her eyes open for the entire portion of this screen. We're gonna do a solid 30 seconds, maybe 45. And I would also like for her to have maybe feet a little bit more wider, just to increase the base of support so she feel more stable. And now, here we go. Follow the green ball. Very good. Good. Do that 2 more times. Great. Okay, now let's reassess again her neck and her balance. Let's take it away. All right, so now that we did Optokinetics with a stack stimulus of smooth pursuit to the right and a saccade left, let's see what that did to range of motion on her cervical spine. Let's check out those rotations. Cool. All right, how did that feel?
The best yet today.
It's the best, right? And that was a lot more range of motion. Let's check out her balance. So from here, let's close eyes, give it about 10 seconds. Looking at her balance to see if there are any swaying. Gotta say that's probably a lot better than before. Let's see now with perturbations. Let's see how well we do here. Ready for this one? It's the last one. Here we go. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. And there you have it. As you guys can see, her balance was a lot more sharper, returning back to midline, as opposed to when we first started, she was falling to the left and then back to the middle. Obviously, these Optokinetics is not enough. There's more stuff that I have to do. I may also need to modify the speed of the Optokinetics, going a little slower. Did it make you feel dizzy by any chance, or irritating?
A little irritating.
A little irritating. So that matters too. I guess I got a little too excited because I thought that she's going to improve. But if I slow it down, I may see an even better response. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. This is, again, something that I like to show in my NuMove Mentorship Program in great detail. There are a lot of complexities to this, but once I find that right stimulus, you can fix people with motion sickness, lower back pain, neck pain. I remember Laura used to tell me that my lower back muscles would get so fatigued throughout the day, no matter how many good morning raises she would do. No matter how many deadlifts she would do, she would just get tired, stretches, she would just get really tired on her lower back. When I hear people getting stiff and tired on their lower back and their neck after a prolonged period of day, then that tells me there might be an issue with your vestibular system, especially if they have motion sickness, especially if they just feel they have this unsteady posture. So in Laura's case, I know that one of the things that helps with her lower back and her neck is having her do visual work like this while she's doing, let's say, some mobility work for her neck, or while she's doing some mobility work for her lumbar spine. These are the kind of stacks that I tend to use in my rehab practice. And this is the exact same stuff I teach in my NuMove Mentorship Program. So hopefully you enjoy this. Take a look at my NuMove Mentorship Program on the link below. Take a look, and we're going to have a really great time learning the brain-based approach to rehab and performance. I'll see you guys there. Here's an offer for you that you really don't want to miss. I'm offering a 1-month pass for my NuMove Mentorship Program, 1-month free trial for the amount of $50, which is actually refundable if you find the material in my mentorship program not really relatable to what you're trying to achieve. So I'm offering for $50 access to my NuMove Mentorship Program to the first 2 modules, in which you're going to learn about functions of the brain, neuroplasticity, neurology, and breathing, as well as proprioceptive and motor control systems such as mobility. Check this out. It's only $50 to apply. Apply right now for a limited time. You have a 1-month access, and you also get 1 coaching call with me at any time within this month to talk about any of your clients or any of your cases, or even about yourself if you're suffering from any injuries, or if you want to ask more about the mentorship program. So sign up now for this limited time deal for $50 to get 1-month access for the first 2 modules, and plus any more other benefits that I have for you. Sign up now at the link below, and I'll see you guys there.